There it is. Okay.
Oh, there
So
it
the
is.
train goes through, you know? And then see the train go through. Okay, so we're gonna go over here. So now I'm actually, Deno and I are gonna sit here. Actually, Deno, sit here. And I'll just back up here. And you'll see, this train is what we call visual. It is not physical. Physical is an object that you can run into, you know, etc., like a wall. Although there are walls that are, and as you can see, that is just visual. You cannot run into it. Like, I can run into this wall right here. That is physical. It's not just a visual element. There are other objects, however. I'm not sure if there's any. I think all these objects right in here are physical, except for that train. But as you can see, that train went right through him. It is a visual object. You cannot run into it. I'm going to fly to the other side here. This is where it really gets interesting, because there's a train staring at me right now. And
2 minutes
it
left.
just, the train is always, we're noticing, the train is always on the map. Because it sits right there for the longest time, you know, and then all of a sudden it spawns on the other side and disappears here. So I have a feeling it's, you know, set so that when it spawns on the other side, it just moves, basically, like teleports. But it just sits here and stares at me. You know, and I can't, you know, there's
Creepy.
like this invisible wall here. But, you know, loves
That's
bouncing on my head, apparently. But, yeah.
We.
And you can see I can shoot my missile right through it too. That's another characteristic. But yeah, in a minute, we're gonna restart the match, and I'll show something else. There's a city over there that we'll show. Oh yeah, I'm gonna just flip the two videos together. So yeah, 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, bang! We're back. So here's Deno and me, or myself, whatever. There is this city. So
Yeah.
again, we were over there, and there's this city. Right. So I'm gonna fly over to the city here. Deno, go ahead. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
fly
I'm
through the
flying.
city a little, and he's gonna get ready for a little stunt we got set for you. And I'm gonna do some stunt flying for you as I fly through this ginormous city. It's awesome. And the epic part is the city is not in a place where you could even get to it. So there's some awesome flying maneuvers. Close to that. Being very careful as so not to run into any of these walls. Ooh. My FPS just dropped for a second there and I almost ran into a wall, but I didn't. It's all good. Ooh, yeah. Awesome. Fancy flying, right?
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so I'm the best flyer around here. I can fly through all these things. Deno, you think you can outfly me?
What?
Bet you can.
Yeah.
But you can't outfly. Oh, okay, never mind. I guess you can. So yeah, as you can see,
What?
now, proof, none of this is physical. So that's the little joke. Deno can outfly me. With the exception of this. These
Yeah,
big,
I just have,
giant,
like, 4
giant pillars around here. Now, I wish this was a big racetrack because it would be awesome. But these pillars are all physical. And I wish this was a racetrack, this thing. It would be so awesome to race along this as a car. And, I mean, it's huge. It doesn't look big,
It
but
would take like 5
when
minutes.
you look up there, it looks small. But you look down, you look at the map, there's the map. That entire area right there that I'm looking at is the map. So you imagine how long it takes to fly across the map? Okay, now imagine how long it takes to fly across that. Okay, enough said. Looks like somebody's getting into it.
It takes long enough just to fly up then.
Yeah, it really does. And he's not kidding. I mean, it took long enough to fly out here. So this was a 15-minute match, and you see we're already down to 4 minutes. So, like I said, this is a visual. This entire thing right here is visual. So when I go in it, it just glitches. Now, again, I'm gonna fly up here some more. I love how the colors look when you're this high up too. You know, looks like, oh, that's not so big. Okay, whatever. It really is. Now I'm gonna fly just below this, so you can see this area below me. It looks rather small, right? Okay. You know, go to the other side.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I'm looking at the sun, so I get glare. But you see how small he is, and how far away he is. So you get the idea. Even when
scope even.
Even when I scope, it's like he's that far away. I mean, it's just I'm gonna fly from one side to the other, and then that'll give you an idea. That's how long it takes to fly from one side to the other. You do that on a map and tell me how big you think this is. It's large enough. The only other physical object, I think we've got enough time to fly over. So let's go. Alright, so, I mean, you see how long it's taking us to fly from one side to the other? We're flying straight across. We're not taking the route. Now, I'm not recording, checking the actual times on this, but if you want, you could look at the timer up at the top, or even just on the video, and look at the time when we started traveling from one side to the time we got to the other side. Now, these spires are actually physical. There is some visual element to them in some areas, but they are physical. You have to shoot at them, and it will hit them. And you see how long it takes just to fall from the top to the bottom of these big spikes. So, bearing that in mind, that just gives you an idea of how massive these things are. I mean, everything out here looks so small. It's huge. Now again, here it's kind of odd because it's, you know, in some areas it's visual, in some areas it's physical. So I can like walk in here and I can't even see myself except when I glitch it like that. I think it's also kind of cool how it like has this glow to it, and I think it looks really cool when I walk from one side to the other. It almost looks like it's flowing. It's really kind of cool looking, yeah.